rack in action here. The big project I've got going on is this old steering rack was leaking out of both ends. The inner tie rods are shot. You can pretty much just toss these around. Well, along with the steering shaft here is a rag joint style. So the two pieces are connected via like a rubber joint. And so what we got here is a 10-to-1 sport ratio steering rack, brand new. I bought it off late model restoration, and then I got the Maximum Motorsports solid steering shaft, as well as their solid rack bushing kit. Got instructions going on both these things, but honestly they're fairly straightforward. The only real kind of modification you gotta do is you have to cut these little posts here, and I scribed a line. I'm gonna take them out here in a second, but I scribed a line to show me where to hack them off. Yeah, not too bad of a project. You know, you start breaking out all the tools that you never knew you needed, like a big old extension, made getting this out really quick. Yeah, now I'm just gonna work at centering the steering rack as best as I can before I slide it back in. But yeah, I gotta measure some stuff and put these outer tie rods or these little hind joints back on where they need to go. So gotta do some measuring, and we'll get this thing back together here. All right, still cruising here. These little guys are the steering rack alignment bushings or some odd thing. What do they call them? Steering rack mounting sleeves. Okay, so because I'm switching to their solid rack bushings, it requires me to use a hacksaw and or cutting device and cut these bad boys as parallel as possible. Anyway, I gotta do this side. This side is solid. Maximum Motorsports top-notch stuff. Hopefully get this installed tonight, and yeah, hopefully get it back on the ground soon. Alright, so this is the final product. Got it all kind of easy to file. Just kind of get it as flat as possible. But then basically, oh man, I need a light. I need a light. Where these bad boys go are right up in here, where that rack bolt comes out of the K-member. These get installed in the K-member. Oh, my filming skills. He's gotta go push back over the bolt, pull the bolt back. And he's just gonna get, yeah, looking good. This side, same thing. Pull the bolt out, slide these in. Oh yeah, looking good. Steering rack's in. Even got the pressure lines hooked up. So, let's see what we're looking at here. New rack, got to some outer tie rods. Got the steering shaft hooked up back there. But solid rack bushings, looking tight. But yeah, just gotta get this line hooked up. Yeah, solid rack, quick ratio, all installed here. Looking good. Sick. Got the Mustang back on the ground. And the toe's not, I mean, it's out, but it's not horrible for literally just taking some basic measurements and trying my best. There's a whole procedure I gotta do to bleed out the system. I'm gonna have to use Monica's help, but I need to go get some more fluid to push through there. But it's all buttoned up, ready to get bled, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right, taking the time. Got everybody working on their cars. Monica's doing the real hard work in there.
I am.
Yeah, nice. Can you hand me my beer in there? Thanks. I took this out, drove it around our little lot here. I tried my best to bleed it as best as I could. You know, was turning it over without starting the car and moving the rack, and you know, some fluid went down and kept topping it off, and finally it just kind of held steady, started it up, went back and forth, held steady. So I'm sure it's all good. Got my little shoestring, or my just regular string alignment check going, and it's towed in just a hair, but honestly not too bad. I mean, we're talking fractions of an inch for sure. This one I think is a little more out. However, I should be able to get it lined back up, but yeah, having fun. All right, so got my alignment done yesterday and got it up on the rack here at work. Just wanted to show off the final product. Man alive, this is some beastly stuff here. I mean, best of the best, other than the coilovers. Coilovers are Racelands, or Ricelands as other people like to call them. However, they freaking do the trick, I tell you what. Got them control arms, got the caliper painted, man, things are looking good. Nice. Coming underneath here, you can see I got the Maximum Motorsports steering shaft installed as well. Got the drive shaft. Boom, shiny boy there. No doubt about that, that's a nice unit. And yeah, pretty much got these lower control arms, all Maximum Motorsports, you already know the deal. Yeah, buddy. So, while we got it on the ground, figured I'd give you a little walk around and preview what this thing's sitting at. Ride height's pretty dialed. It's looking so good. Got the strut bar, got the new camber plates. A little bit of camber action. The wheel is turned a little bit, but you know, got a little bit of stance action. Yeah, this thing's looking good.